We have some presentations this evening. First, we're going to receive a presentation from the 2014 San Bruno Sister City Student Exchange Delegation to Narita, Japan.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council members. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here. My name is Miriam Shalit, and I work for San Bruno Cable. It was my privilege to present the city of San Bruno as the delegate to Narita, Japan, our sister city, at the beginning of July this year. Accompanying me on the trip were 6 students who recently graduated from Parkside Intermediate and 2 Parkside school representatives, Gordon Wee and Judy Spooner. With me tonight are everyone. In 1956, President Dwight D. Eisenhower first created Sister City International. His reasoning was that people of different cultures could celebrate and appreciate their differences and build partnerships that could lessen the chance of new conflicts. Sister cities promote cultural, economic, educational, and technical exchanges while fostering international collaboration and cooperation. The idea is to create lifelong friendships that provide prosperity and peace through person-to-person citizen diplomacy. The program is unique in that it involves different segments of the community: local government, businesses, students, and citizen volunteers. Much of what President Eisenhower wished to cultivate is what I experienced. I would like to briefly sum up a week that was chock full of experiences, flavors, and personalities. If only I could have bottled some of Narita's humidity for you. But I have the next best thing. I have photographs. Here are some pictures that'll give you just a brief overview of our experiences. The mayor of Narita sent a letter and a gift for you, Mary Ruane, which I'd like to present to you now.
Thank you, Miriam. I think we better open this.
Okay.
I have kind of an idea what it is. Great big bottle of perfume. Take a look here. It's a bottle. Right, exactly. Whatever. Well, anyway, I'll let you know how it travels.
Okay, great.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I feel as if we were given the royal treatment in Narita. They took good care of us by feeding us well, taking into consideration our wishes and desires, and taking us places that we might not have seen on our own. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to have gone and look forward to hosting the Japanese delegation next spring. Now I'd like to introduce Gordon Wee from Parkside Intermediate. Gordon?
Hello, Mayor Ruane, Councilman. First I want to say hello and thank you very much for the experience again, for letting us go to Narita. This was my second year going, so I will tell you more about my experience after we have the students speak and also my colleague Judy Spooner speak. But before we start, I actually want to introduce our new principal at Parkside, Ethan Cheever. If you want to come up, just say a few words.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, thank you for giving me the opportunity to come down and meet you tonight. I'll try to be brief, although when I was coming up with my notes of what to say, it ended up becoming about 1.5 pages, so I'll go quick. My name is Ethan Cheever, and I'm the new principal at Parkside Intermediate School. A little bit about my background. I grew up in Millbrae, so I'm a local guy. I have a lot of great memories of spending time in San Bruno as a kid, and I still have a number of friends that live in this town. I come from a family of educators. My grandmother was a teacher. My mom is still a teacher in San Mateo. And even my wife is a department chair for the Department of Foreign Languages at Aragon High School in San Mateo. When I'm not at work, I'm usually spending time with my 19-month-old son, Jake, or my wonderful stepson, Oscar. My mom worked for the city of San Bruno for a while as a teacher. And as a fun fact, my mom's principal in Foster City is one of our parents at Parkside. And she helped us out with the hiring panel for Mr. Hui as the assistant principal. I've taught in both middle school and high school levels. I taught it in Millbrae at my old middle school. From there, I went to East Palo Alto, also in middle school. From there, I went to high school in Hayward, and then I moved from Hayward to Newark as an assistant principal, and now I'm here. Coming to San Bruno is like coming home for me, and I'm extremely appreciative of the opportunity to come and work in San Bruno. For me, this is mostly kind of a look, listen, and learn year, along with my newly promoted assistant principal, Gordon. Gordon has been fantastic so far, and the combination of Gordon and the office staff at Parkside have been my right arm. I do not know where we would be without their support and without their help. Having grown up in the area, I'm familiar with Parkside and a lot of what Parkside was like back when I was a student. Since then, I've come to visit the campus, and I saw the campus a few days before graduation. And I spent those couple days getting to know the school, the students, the staff, the administrative team. And I have to say that I was absolutely blown away at how far Parkside has come from what it was back in the day. The campus is absolutely beautiful. We love the new buildings, although we are hopeful that construction will continue to help alleviate some of our crowding problems. Teachers were amazingly positive and friendly. They exhibited very good practices. Students were responsive to instruction. They were all upbeat, very welcoming. It was truly impressive. And I had the opportunity to meet my predecessors, Angela and Dan. I would like to publicly acknowledge the incredible progress that was made at the campus in terms of climate and culture under their leadership. I'm left absolutely in awe of how far Parkside has come. Looking forward, we will be examining a lot of practices this year and focusing primarily on structures and building system-level foundations, along with the human component with our staff and students. To do that, we'll be soliciting a lot of feedback from parents and other stakeholders in the community. And we want to know how we're doing and what people's thoughts are on what we can do to make Parkside even better than it already is. In learning a little bit about the Narita program, I was very surprised. I didn't know that the Sister City Narita program was going on and was going so strong. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this works in action this year. I think it's an amazing opportunity and very unique for students to be able to share in this kind of cultural sharing. Thank you for giving me a few minutes and allowing me to introduce myself. I will hand the floor back over to Mr. Hui.
Thank you, Ethan. Now we'll have Judy Spooner, another Parkside representative, come to speak about her experience in Narita.
Good evening. I'm Judy Spooner. I work at Parkside Middle School as a media aide, and I had the honor to go on this trip with our Parkside students there, and I have so many wonderful memories of that week. It feels like we were there 2 weeks because we did so much. We were very tired at times, but it was amazing. The students, you guys were awesome. You were really awesome there and represented our city and our school really well, and we were very proud of you. I am looking forward to this year and having Narita come and visit us again and having our students go back there. I think it's a wonderful program, and I thank the city for keeping it going. It's awesome and wonderful. Also, I want to thank the parents. You guys have not gotten enough appreciation from us, but getting your children to and from all the lessons that we had and the dance lessons that we had and all these things, it was important. You supported your students, and you supported your students, and that really meant a lot to us. So thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Now we will have some of the students come up and speak of their experiences, and we're going to start with Mr. Jack Hoyer. You want to come up?
Hello, Honorable City Council. My name is Jack Hoyer. I am 13 years old. And Narita has just been such an amazing experience. Not only did I got to go visit Japan, one of my favorite places in the world, and got to experience the culture, but I got to do it with my friends. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. Some of my favorite things there was they took us to the Disney Sea was their Disneyland. Let's see, what else? Oh, the food. The food was amazing, especially the ramen. I can almost taste it right now. It tastes pretty good. Let's see. Oh, we went to the automotive college Nats. That was pretty fun. They were going at least 100 miles. It was pretty intense. Let's see, what else did we do? The Gion Festival for 4th of July, where they honored the sun god. That was pretty cool. Well, I blanked out. Okay, thanks for letting us go to Narita. That's it.
Mayor Ruane and San Bruno City Council members. Hi, my name is Sydney Wu, and I am currently a freshman at Cappuccino High School. Going to Narita was one of the best experiences I've ever had. From the nature, to the people, to the food, everything was wonderful. I was overwhelmed with all the host family and temple's hospitality and kindness shown to people they had never met before. Getting to experience the Akasaka Fire Station, the Japan Airlines, and Nihon Automobile College, where we learned so much, but it didn't feel like learning because it was all fun. I'd especially liked going to Taya Junior High School and seeing how, even though we're the same age, how different our lives in and out of school were. This was an adventure I will treasure forever. Thank you for allowing me to be a delegate to our sister city, Narita.
Good evening. My name is Joey Manahan. I sincerely thank you for giving me the opportunity to go on this trip. It was a great experience and I made a lot of great memories. I really liked celebrating my birthday there. It was great. They had great hospitality and yeah, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Barbie, and hi. And I would like to thank you for the wonderful experience I got to visit other cultures and community. I made a lot of great memories, and I got to try on a lot of new things. And yeah.
Good evening. My name is Max Otake. My experience going to Japan through the Narita exchange program was an experience I'll never forget. There were so many memories, laughs, and friendships made on this 10-day trip. I could stand here all night telling you of the great times we had, but I'll keep it short and talk about my favorite experience, which was staying at the Japanese temple. At first, I was a little disappointed that we were going to miss 4th of July in San Bruno, which I normally spend with my family and close friends. At first, I wasn't sure what to expect from staying at a Buddhist temple, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get barbecue and fireworks like at home. But I was able to forget what I was missing and still enjoy a unique 4th of July with my San Bruno delegates and all the Narita hosts, including the temple monks. We all participated in Japanese dances, explored the beautiful landscape around the temple, meditated, and even had delicious barbecue. It really helped both delegations bond together. Now that we are home, I will always be able to look back at this experience as one of the best times of my life. Lastly, I would like to thank the City of San Bruno for keeping the Sister City Exchange program alive, and I hope future students can also benefit from this great opportunity. Thank you.
We do have one more student. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. His name is Tamara. I could speak on his behalf and just say that I know he had an excellent time when our flight was canceled. I think he was one of the first people to shout very loud of excitement. So unfortunately he can't be here, but he would also like to thank the City of San Bruno for giving him the opportunity to go to Japan. So before I speak upon my experience, I actually have the Narita newsletter where we were actually featured in. So I'm going to pass it out to the councilman real quickly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't know if any of you are fluent in reading Japanese. It's okay. I actually luckily had a friend help translate and summarize the newsletter. And the newsletter pretty much kind of states our trip to Narita, the events we did, and then if you turn to the back, it has a small feature on a few of our students, and a family gave a wonderful summary of having American students in their homes and the wonderful experience they're able to gain from it. So being that this was my second year going, you have to excuse me, I wrote my speech on my phone. Being this is my second year going, I can't really put words into it because it almost felt like the first time. Even though I knew the itinerary, you forget the hospitality there, you forget the experiences in terms of where you're going, the scenery, everything. So it's hard for me to pinpoint one thing because even though I went to the tea ceremony again, I went to the automotive college again, I just kept on thinking it was a new experience all over again. And I can definitely speak on behalf of the students and both Miriam and Judy that this was definitely a life-changing experience. I can't help but thank the council so much for giving us the opportunity to go to Japan because it's not, always feasible to go. And I know a lot of people dream of going, like my friends, when I told them I was going for a second time, they were so jealous. They were asking like, if students drop out, can I fill in? I'm like, that's not how it works. So I couldn't help but feel extremely lucky to be going. And the fact that at such a young age, they were able to experience so many things that so many people can't get. My favorite thing was probably being reunited with familiar faces. They have great memory. I didn't think that they would remember me, but they do. And the first thing they always ask is, how's the city of San Bruno? What is new in San Bruno? And they still remember their trip here. And they keep on pinpointing how much they love San Bruno, how clean the city is, what the city has to offer. They just speak nothing but great things of San Bruno. So, before we end tonight, I do want to thank, the parents. Thank you so much for being involved with the program and also trusting us, even though we're, teachers and also a city member. I felt like, I don't know, sending a kid with me to, 3,000 miles to another country. Thank you for trusting us. I really appreciate that and your involvement. And lastly, I do want to thank again, we've said this many times, the City of San Bruno for allowing us to experience something new, because I know that not that many people say they can say that they went to Japan and they had a great time doing all these different things. So again, thank you very much.
And just to wrap it up, as you can tell, everybody's really enthusiastic. It's a wonderful program, and I had a wonderful time. And again, we really appreciate the opportunity, and we're available if you have any questions for us.
Okay. Any questions, Ken?
I don't have any questions. It's been almost 15 years since I went, and I'm dying to go back, and I'll never forget it. And I can only imagine how these youngsters, their experience. The people in Narita, treated us like royalty, and we'll always be indebted to them. And I love the program. Thank you.
And on behalf of the entire City Council, we're very proud of all of you for the way you represent our city. It's very important to us, and it's a highlight of our council year to send you there, help to send you there, and bring you back safely and listen to some of the things you've experienced. As you all know, we've had our challenges trying to make this work, but we made it, and we're committed to continuing to make this work. So once again, we're very proud of you and your experience. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next presentation, we're going to present a Childhood Cancer Awareness Month proclamation for the month of September to the parents of Giuliana Pena, Patricia Watson, and Jesus Pena. Ken, would you like to say something?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
And take a quick break if you want to leave right now. Go ahead.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is about a little girl that I met on Facebook a couple years ago. Her name was Juliana, and she instantly stole my heart. I was immediately taken by how this baby and her family were dealing and fighting cancer. And even though most of the photos were in the hospital room, and even though I can only imagine the hell that her parents and family were going through, she was always a smiling beauty. I want to tell you a little bit more about Juliana, and I took it just from the website. It starts out, Juliana's presence lit up not just the room, the universe. On April 11, 2011, we learned that our sweet little 23-month-old daughter had stage 3 neuroblastoma, which is a rare form of pediatric cancer. We learned very quickly what this disease was capable of. The next 10 months of Juliana's life were tough, but she was strong, perseverant, happy, and relentless. Tougher than any other adult that we've ever met. Juliana battled every day, never looking back, and always with a gorgeous smile on her face. She loved life and made our lives so extraordinarily special. She underwent 6 rounds of chemo, 2 abdominal surgeries, countless MIBG, CT, and GFR scans, hundreds of blood draws, dozens of x-rays and tests, had 6 teeth extracted due to the effects of the chemo, a bone marrow transplant after another harsh round of chemo, 20 rounds of radiation, and 2 rounds of monoclonal antibody immunotherapy. But as I said, all with a smile on her face. Juliana's life on Earth ended on February 24th, 2012, at 7:03 a.m. as she took her final breath in her mom's arms. We told her that we loved her, that we were proud of her, and that we'll never stop fighting for her. Juliana was only 33 months and 3 days the day she passed away. She still makes us very proud, and we love our daughter more than anything. We have since created Giulianas Journey Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization created in our daughter's honor. The foundation will help us raise money for pediatric cancer research, with our focus primarily on NB, neuroblastoma cancer. We've partnered with UCSF, NANT, New Approaches to Neuroblastoma Therapy, and Battle for a Cure Foundation to help take down childhood cancer. This brings us to why they're here for us tonight. Mr. Mayor?
I'd like to read this proclamation. You should know that I know exactly what you're dealing with. So, City Council of the City of San Bruno, State of California. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, whereas childhood cancer spares no one, affecting kids from every type of background, and whereas cancer kills more children than asthma, diabetes, cystic fibrosis, congenital anomalies, and pediatric AIDS combined. And whereas childhood cancer research only receives approximately 3.8% of government funding, with 96% delegated to adult cancers. And whereas observing Childhood Cancer Awareness Month during the month of September will provide a special opportunity to offer education on the importance of supporting the funding clinical trials like the collaboration between UCSF and the New Approaches to Neuroblastoma Therapy Consortium. And whereas, along with the City of San Bruno, the City of South San Francisco is committed to raising awareness about childhood cancer with the hope that a cure for this deadly disease will be found. And now therefore be it resolved that the City of San Bruno City Council does hereby recognize the need for funding and awareness for childhood cancer and wishes to honor and support on behalf of Giulianas Journey Foundation, Going Gold for the month of September. Ken, would you present this, please?
So we would like to thank Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members for presenting us with this proclamation. It is so imperative that we get awareness out to the public that childhood cancer does exist and it does take our kids away from us. We've recently also received a proclamation from State Senator Jerry Hill, who actually gave us a proclamation honoring our foundation, and he actually declared September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in the entire state of California on August 11th, obviously this month, and that hasn't been done in 15 years. So we've been very lucky that we've been able to get in touch with the right people and we've touched the right hearts. Ken included. He has been so unbelievably supportive of us almost since Juliana got diagnosed. There was a fundraiser that the Elks threw in the month after Juliana had passed away, and they actually did it with the intent of having Juliana there. And unfortunately, she didn't make it, but Ken has volunteered at every single one of our events. We don't even have to ask him. And the fact that, like I said, that he was able to also get all of you on board just really does mean the world to us, and we appreciate it so very, very much. We are obviously San Mateo County residents. We're very, very proud of our cities. We're very proud to represent the cities that also help us. And we would like to work with you guys to see if there's something that we can do to turn the city gold for the month of September. So I'm not exactly sure what realm we have, but maybe something at Tanforan, because obviously Tanforan is one of the monuments in San Bruno. I couldn't really think of anything else off the top of my head, just when I was sitting here thinking. But if you guys would be willing to work with us, trust me, once I get home, I'm sure I'll think of 50 other ideas that I can come up with that I have no problem sharing with you. Those are my words. I'm going to go ahead and pass it along to my husband and Juliana's father.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, and especially you, Ken. You have no idea, a total stranger from social media that came along and followed my daughter's story and then just came on your own and volunteered at the first event. And I remember that day, you came up and gave us a big hug and you told us, anything, just ask. It's hard to get that out of people nowadays, and you weren't lying, because we don't even have to ask. You're just there at every event. You tell us you just tell us what we want you to do, and it's like, I feel kind of bad, like, well, can you do this? But, you have no idea how much that makes us feel, that my daughter's touched your heart and you never met her, and I appreciate that very much. Proclamations and awareness like this is very key, A lot of people don't like to hear that this stuff happens to kids, but it's out there. This is reality for a lot of parents that we got to meet, that we're still meeting and we're still talking to. Awareness is key, and people don't think that, it's too sad for little kids. Well, how do you think the little kids feel and these parents feel in the hospital? It's not sad. It's the cutest. It's the sickness is just to see these kids fight. It just shows the resilience in these kids of how much heart they have in their body and their fight when they're going through that. And you know, like I said, awareness is key. We're a very small nonprofit organization, but we hope to get big. In the last 3 months, we've donated $15,000 to UCSF for their clinical trial with the help of events and our followers. We have a strong following, you know, in the local community, and we're trying to get out further. I just drew a blank. Like Patricia said about the on the state Senate floor, we were there, invited by Jerry Hill, and they actually had a vote on that, and it passed 36-0 unanimously. So that was something big, and Jerry Hill just actually agreed to do a interview with the news, press conference with the news about childhood cancer to get more awareness out there. You know, it's very big that our local cities are doing this, you know, because we need to catch people's attention with this to let them know that this is out there, so people could stand up and take a stand. You know, like breast cancer, everybody knows what October is. They sell pink socks, pink energy drinks, everything, you know, and proceeds of that goes to breast cancer. Now, if they do this for our kids, that's a lot more funding for them, and that's what we're hoping we can get with just awareness, like I said. So I thank you guys very, very much. You know, this is very, very big to us. We're not stopping here. You'll see us around. Ken knows that we won't stop. We promised our daughter, like saying, when she took her last breath, I promised her that her fight didn't end there, and it's not. When I'm gone, if there's not a cure, there's still going to be a Giulianas Journey Foundation, because somebody's still going to be fighting for my daughter and for all these other kids. And I could promise you that I will not stop fighting to the day I'm gone. So, and I thank you guys for jumping on board and hopefully joining this fight with us. Thank you.
I just wanted to mention something really quickly. Today, actually, somebody asked me why gold was chosen as the color for childhood cancer awareness. Because as you know, pink is for breast cancer, and that's obviously because pink is a girly color. Brain cancer is gray because brain is considered gray matter. The reason why it was actually started by the ACCO, which is the American Childhood Cancer Organization. The reason why they chose gold is because gold is a precious metal, and children are precious. So that idea stuck. And so that's the reason why gold is the color for childhood cancer. And like I said, we actually have a challenge. I'm sure, as all of you know, about the ice bucket challenge that they have. So we started it for ALS. We actually started a childhood cancer challenge, and we've gotten San Bruno to accept the challenge. The Oakland Athletics are actually going to do a silent auction for us, where the proceeds are going to benefit Giulianas Journey Foundation on September 6th. So we're trying. You know, we're getting out there. So that's just a little tidbit of information I just wanted to share.
All right. Thank you very much. And this council is willing to help you, and you obviously have a contact on the council already. So we'll work with you.
Perfect.
We'll do everything we can to make September as big as it should be for childhood cancer. And I know now I'll never forget your daughter. So we'll work hard too. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Item number 5, review of the agenda. Okay. All right, thank you.